In this video, we are going to see that if you want to insert the headers and footers into your existing document of Microsoft Word, how can we easily do this? So for example, I have this sample article here where I want to add some headers. Headers simply means the place where you insert something, whether it's logo, whether it's some company information, whether it's contact number or author's name, but that thing should repeat in every single page. And also it indicates something like page numbers. Let's say that you want your article to be numbered in pages. So you want on every single page to automatically insert a particular page number. So that can be inserted in the footer or the header. So this is the main purpose of headers and footers, to repeat that information on every single page of the document without manually entering that. Now, if you simply want to add a header, what you can do is just go to the top corner and just double click here, and you will see that the header is enabled. Now you will mention anything, and once you are done with it, you can just double click anywhere within the document and your header is now fixed. If we scroll down, you can see that this information is repeated on every single page. If we insert a new one as well, it will be inserted here as well. But if you want some further options with the headers, what you can do is just insert the headers, not from here directly, but I will go in the insert tab, and here I can see the headers and footer options. So in header options, there are different formats where we can insert our data. We have different formatting. We have different styles in which we can format our document. Now let's say I want to continue with the third type. I will just double click to insert this, and it will show you the desired format in which you can format your header. You can also notice that on the corners we have the border available. And here you can just mention the title of the company, as you can see the tag here. For example, I'll mention here, let's say anything like my company, and double click anywhere in the document. Now as we double click anywhere in the document, this header is now fixed, and if we scroll down, we can check that this one is repeated on every single page. Now what we can also do here, that if we scroll down to the top page, and for example in the header I want to display something else on the first page, but on every other page I want to just, let's say, print the page numbers. So let's say I'll keep this one as my company, or even let's remove this. I'll change the remaining ones. I'll just remove this one, and in the header let's choose a page number. Let's say this one. So as we scroll down, we can see the page numbers changing, but on the first one, I want something different. I want different for the first page. I can remove this. It's even automatically removed when you click on different first page. And here I can write something else. Let's say I'll go to the insert again, and here I'll insert the company name. So let's say this is my company, and let's fix this. And now if we scroll down, on the first page, it's showing the header of my company name, while on the other pages, it's showing the page numbers. Now, when it comes to inserting the page numbers, we have two options here. On the first option, we have seen that when you select something, you also get the formatting and let's say the borders as well. But let's say I want to delete this, and I'll remove the header from here. Double click here, and you can just select the second one and go to the insert area again. Select header and remove headers that well from here as well. Now let's say if I again wanna insert the page number, but this time I wanna use the page number feature, I'll go to the insert tab, and I'll not use the header here, I'll use the page number. So if you want the page number to be inserted on the top of the page or the bottom of the page, or you wanna set it in the middle of the page, something like this, on these positions, you can do all of these customizations. Let's say I want to insert this on the current position. Let's say this one. So it will be inserted like this, and it will be shown on the other pages. But since we have selected the option of different first page, that's why it was not showing on other pages. So let's select again, and now let's see. Now it is repeating on every single page. Now to remove the page numbers, I can just double click on any page number, and it will automatically enable the header and footer tab here. And you can just go to the page number and click on remove page number. Now sometimes it is unable to remove that page number, and that happens when you use the current position. Now you can use any of the format, or of the top, let's say to the top of the page, I'll use the simple one, and then you can just select this and remove the page number, and now it should do the job. Now similarly, if I insert the page number again, what you can do is you can just select the margins here. Let's say I have selected this one, but you can see that we have a lot of space, empty space on the top. So I want to reduce that empty space. So header from the top, on the header and footer options, you can reduce this to move this header up, and you can change these settings as well to do the same on the bottom or the footer. Now similarly, that even if I reduce the space from the top, we still have some space here as well. And let's say if I want to reduce this space as well, what we can do is just set the number and then go to the normal document by clicking anywhere within the document. And then what we can do is just go to the corner, and from here I can adjust the margins, which will reduce the header size. And then once you're done, you can see the footer. Now you can see how narrow the header is. Similarly, let's do this for the footer. Let's insert something actually. Insert something in footer. I'll just go here and let's say this one. And now I'll click on the normal document, and from here I can reduce the size even further. So this is now narrowed down. Now let's see how this document is inserted. I'll just zoom out. You can just hold the control key and move the wheel of the mouse to zoom out. And we can see that all of the documents are in the vertical format, or the orientation is in portrait format. Now, if I want it to be converted in landscape format, let me just zoom out. I can easily do this. What we can do is just go to the layout tab, and from here, I'll just choose the orientation and make it landscape. So now it will show something like this. Now what we can also do is just keep this one as landscape, and let's make this one and onwards in the portrait format. So in that case, what we will do is just select the second document, and from here, I'll not go to orientation and change it to portrait. I'll just use this option in the corner with the page setup. Now let's say I want to make it portrait, and I want to insert it from this point forward. So what happens is the first page will remain on the landscape format, and the other ones will change from onwards. So as we can see here that the cursor move or slip down to the third page, but you got the point that the first two pages are now landscape and the other ones are of the portrait format. Even if we insert the new one, it will be in the portrait format. Now, whenever you want to reset this or want to convert all of these to portrait, what we can do is I can apply it to the whole document in the portrait format, and I want it to be normal, and click OK, and you are back to the original orientation. Now let's make it larger. So this is how you can work with headers and footers in Microsoft Word, and also change the page orientation in Microsoft Word. Just practice this by yourself, and I will see you in the next one.